In a twist that even the show's most ardent followers didn't see coming, fans of mystery at Blind Frog Ranch have turned their scrutiny away from the hidden treasures beneath Utah's soil and toward the producers themselves. Season 5 left audiences awash in intrigue. But now the real mystery seems to be off-screen. Why does it feel like the team has abandoned the show, and by extension, its loyal fanbase? What began as an adventure of obsession, family, and relentless curiosity is now sparking online debates about disappearance, disconnection, and disillusionment. Viewers, who once felt part of Duane Ollinger's hunt for gold, now wonder if the search for truth has been quietly buried. The glow that once was when Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch premiered. It was like unearthing a pulse of adventure television. The chemistry between Duane, his son Chad, and experts like geologist Eric Drummond turned a simple treasure hunt into a generational saga. It wasn't just about buried Aztec gold. It was about legacy, faith, and the human appetite for the unknown. Each episode radiated with mystery. Maps written in symbols, glowing substances found underground, and strange electromagnetic interference that hinted at forces beyond comprehension. But in recent months, that same energy seems to have faded. Fans who used to count the days between episodes now scroll through social feeds, searching for signs of life. An update, a teaser, a glimpse of what's next. Instead, they find silence. Vanishing act the word, abandoned echoes across Reddit threads and fan pages. Viewers complain that Discovery and the show's creators have gone eerily quiet. There are no updates about new episodes, no clear confirmation about a renewal, and the cast's social media accounts, once filled with behind-the-scenes peeks, have slowed to a trickle. It's as if the entire production team packed up the cameras and left the ranch in the dark. For longtime fans, this isn't just a scheduling issue. It's emotional. They've invested in the Ollinger family's struggle through floods, collapses, radioactive anomalies, and the discovery of materials too strange to identify. The idea that the journey might end midstream feels like a betrayal of the story's soul. The emotional followed every season. Duane Ollinger's voice carried a tone of grit and hope, a father fighting both the earth and the odds to uncover something that could change everything. To see that story suspended feels like witnessing a dream deferred. Many fans express a deep sense of loss. They describe tuning into reruns not for the treasure, but for the sense of purpose the show once ignited. The idea that perseverance and faith could dig through even the toughest rock. Without updates, the fandom feels stranded in a canyon of questions. Did the operation hit a wall? Did safety issues force a halt? Was it all simply too expensive to continue? Or, more hauntingly, did the truth discovered in those caverns become too dangerous to show? Rumors beneath the silence, the absence of official statements, has opened the floodgates for speculation. Some online sleuths suggest the ranch's electromagnetic anomalies caused severe interference with filming equipment, making continued production nearly impossible. Others whisper about corporate pullback, claims that Discovery may be quietly shifting focus away from niche treasure hunt shows. But then there are the deeper, more conspiratorial theories, ones that would make even the Skinwalker Ranch team raise an eyebrow. Some believe Duane and Chad stumbled upon something they weren't supposed to, something beyond gold, something that triggered government interest or private buyouts. These ideas thrive in the vacuum of silence. The less the show explains, the more the community invents explanations to fill the void. The divide within the fandom as tensions rise, fans find themselves split into factions. One side pleads for patience, insisting the Ollingers are regrouping or renegotiating. They recall past delays between seasons, citing the heavy logistics of operating deep in the Utah wilderness. The other side, however, calls it plain abandonment. They argue that networks owe fans transparency. "We've supported them for 5 seasons," one viewer posted, "and now we're left with nothing but old clips and unanswered questions." This frustration has turned to creative rebellion. Fan edits, speculative timelines, and even independent podcasts attempting to continue the story through research and interviews. The fandom refuses to let the ranch's mysteries fade, even if the cameras have. The Ollinger's dilemma: if anyone feels the sting of the fans' outcry, it's likely Dwayne and Chad themselves. For them, this was never just television. It was legacy. The family poured years of sweat and money into the Blind Frog property, battling floods, legal disputes, and dangerous excavations. To abandon the project would mean abandoning a dream generations in the making. Yet, even die-hard supporters note the wear on Dwayne's face in recent appearances. The toll of constant danger and expectation has grown heavy. There's also the matter of safety. In previous seasons, the team faced radiation readings, cave collapses, and mysterious black sludge with toxic potential. Continuing without major funding and security might not just be impractical, it might be suicidal. Still, fans refuse to believe the story ends like this. "Dwayne's not a quitter," writes another fan. "If the show's silent, it's because they're digging again." The curse of Discovery's ghost show mystery at Blind Frog Ranch isn't the first reality show to vanish mid-story. Discovery and other networks have a pattern of leaving certain paranormal exploration series unresolved. Whether it's Gold Rush, Whitewater, or Hunting Hitler, when ratings dip or contracts stall, the audience often learns last. The irony is that Blind Frog Ranch had never truly lost its audience. In fact, its fan engagement, from YouTube channels to TikTok deep dives, only grew. Viewers weren't just watching, they were participating. When a series builds a community like that, disappearance feels personal. It's not just about missing treasure. It's about missing closer. What might be next? There are faint whispers from forum moderators and production insiders that new negotiations are happening quietly behind the scenes. A smaller network or streaming service may have shown interest in continuing the franchise, possibly in a rebranded form focused on the next dig. If true, that could explain the radio silence. Legal negotiations often gag both sides. Another theory holds that the Ollingers themselves are working on an independent release, something rawer, less filtered, perhaps even crowdfunding a documentary to tell the whole truth without network interference. Whatever the reality, the show's future remains buried beneath layers of uncertainty. The emotional core of Abandonment, what makes this saga resonate, isn't just the mystery of the missing show. It's the emotional parallel between the fans and the treasure hunters. Both are searching for something lost. Both are trying to uncover meaning from silence. The same emotions that drive Joanne to dig through centuries of mud now echo in the audience scrolling through social media archives. Each old clip, each unaddressed question, becomes a relic, proof that once a small crew in Utah dared to chase the impossible. And now, those who followed them are doing the same. The legacy beneath the dust, whether the show returns or not, Mystery at Blind Frog Ranch has already cemented its place as a cult phenomenon. It blended the grit of treasure hunting with the mystique of unexplained phenomena, and it gave ordinary people permission to believe that Discovery still exists in our modern world. The Abandonment fans feel might, in time, transform into something else: appreciation. Because every mystery, once solved, ends, but one left unanswered. That's eternal. The Ollingers may have gone quiet, but the echoes of their picks and shovels remain in the canyon, a reminder that truth often hides where silence begins. Closing reflections: if There's one lesson Blind Frog Ranch has always taught. It's that no treasure is found without loss. The same patience that uncovered ancient artifacts must now guide the fans who wait. For all its unanswered questions and vanished updates, the spirit of the show endures, in every debate, in every fan theory, and in every shared belief that somewhere beneath the Utah soil, a light still flickers. And maybe, just maybe, that flicker is the sign that mystery at Blind Frog Ranch hasn't been abandoned at all. It's merely paused, holding its breath, before revealing its next great secret. The silence surrounding mystery at Blind Frog Ranch has become louder than any explosion, discovery, or magnetic surge the show has ever broadcast. Fans who once held their breath at the sound of rumbling tunnels and strange metallic greetings are now exhaling frustration, disappointment, and confusion. The very people who spent 5 seasons digging into the mysteries of Utah's underground labyrinth are now turning their attention toward a different enigma. Why does it feel like the series has been abandoned? What began as an extraordinary expedition beneath the Frog Hills, filled with hope, faith, and the belief that treasure from centuries past lay waiting, now feels eerily deserted. The lights have gone out on the ranch, and with them, perhaps, a rare spark of television authenticity that was built on danger, dirt, and determination.